Namaskar. Hello and welcome to this very special initiative from the Rethink India Institute. And in this special broadcast, as you can see on your screens, we are going to talk about the why, uh, the what, and the how to become a mesmerizing medical professional. I am flanked by a mesmerizing medical professional herself, the president of Rethink India Institute, as well as the Arogyam Institute of Integrated Medical Sciences, Dr. Surbhi Vash Mittal, and who has taken this challenge and has committed herself to plunge into this entire domain of medical entrance examinations. And the first question I would like to pose to Dr. Surbhi is as to what propelled you. You are a successful medical professional yourself, having graduated with your MBBS degree from the All India Institute of Medical Sciences, New Delhi. The original AIMS, as we can call, the entire tribe has expanded now to 15 and 23 odd institutions across the nook and cranny of the country. And you're also a medical hospital administrator. You chose to go into the field of medical administration, and you have seen the functioning of healthcare facilities, the perspectives of quality, all that stuff. And you have been leading the entire gamut of various communities of practices under the aegis of Rethink India Institute. So what really propelled, what really instigated you, what really inspired you to drill down, go back to 1998 when you yourself acquired the All India rank 1 in the then NEET of those times, the CBSE PMT as it was called in those very early years. So Dr. Surbhi, this is my first question to you as to why you have yourself chosen to plunge into this fray.
Thank you, Raghu. I would like to first of all share my thought on becoming a medico, becoming a doctor is such an enchanting and a thrilling experience for me myself. And the journey starts with the cracking of the NEET, or the All India PMT, which it used to be earlier, now the NEET. So we at Rethink India, we received several requests from across various schools and principals, and why not share your experience of being cracking the NEET, and also giving the futuristic vision about what the medical journey is like, And so I remember very well, myself when I was in class 11th. So preparing for the pre-medical exam was a challenge in itself, but very often I used to be curious and had those questions in mind. What would it be like in medical school? What is it to become a doctor? How is it that what I'm studying now is relevant in the future medical career? And how is it going to be in the medical years? How the academic curriculum is going to go, how the ward rounds in the hospital rotations would go, how exciting it is. What is it emotionally to be a doctor? What is it, academically, and what all is needed? Do I have all the qualities? How well better I can raise myself up? So NEET, I would say, or in the pre-medical preparation, in a sense, is not just cracking the NEET. It's knowing, a 360-degree vision about what it means to be a doctor. And believe you me, once you are enchanted and mesmerized by the entire journey, it says, that talent plus hard work is equal to excellence. And then when you have the perspiration and inspiration, so the inspiration under quotes is very important. So that inspiration is coming from knowledge, from experience, which we are going to give to all our friends who are preparing for NEET, that how it is the journey exactly. And the NEET preparation, I in my 11th and 12th, in fact, the NEET preparation started right from class 9th, I would say, and thanks to all my teachers of biology who had inspired me so much. And this is going to be a very emphatic part of our NEET, nurturing for NEET 2024, where we say and we emphasize that your school biology teachers are your gurus. Do not undermine the importance of the school education. It's very important because that's where the inspiration and the fundamentals are laid. And the NEET, in the current structure of it, we know it comprises of 180 questions, out of which 90 is botany and zoology, and 45 each physics and chemistry.
We will come to the what of the entire NEET,
Yeah.
because it's quite a bulky endeavor. Uh, Responding to my own question myself, because I and Dr. Surbi have been championing the Rethink India Institute initiatives for quite a while. During the course of our engagements with the entire academic community, especially at the school level, somewhere or the other, we felt very strongly that there is a lot of disengagement which happens when the kids crack the grade 10th examination. And somewhere or the other, we keep on doing a lot of engagements at the employability frontier, where they say at the higher education level that the kids, those two critical years of schooling in grade 11th and 12th, when obviously from young teenagers to adolescents, that schooling gap is missed at the college level. And this is a major consideration across all higher education institutions, be it IITs, be it AIMS, be it the other premier institutions, and the large bulwark of higher academic institutions comprising of deemed universities, private universities, a lot of exemplary ones. Because of this critical gap, and because of this mad rush for, I would say, coachings for these entrance examinations, somewhere or the other, they have been bloated out of proportion. The kind of preparation which is required, the kind of positioning which is out there, we get disengaged with the 360-degree balanced aspect of education in our schools. The traditional schools, the brick and mortar schools, where we do the vernier calipers experimentations, where we do titrations, where we do a lot of biological dissections. I myself did not have the leverage. I was good in biology, but then I picked up the engineering domain. I went to the IITs. Because somewhere or the other, biology was not so very close, especially the dissection part. I was too scared of it myself. I would like to admit it to all the viewers who would be listening to this all. So somewhere or the other, philosophical, because Rethink India Institute happens to be the action come advocacy platform across a myriad frontiers of, I would say, communities of practices we are nurturing. So we just felt last year we had come up with the notion of competition coaches from amidst the subject faculty members out there as well. And we tried to push in a big way, because school is an institutional mechanism, and in an institutional mechanism, this is the same life you would be having while you are at the college level itself. Yes, a bit of a larger handholding is somewhere required uh, to champion the higher degree of competitiveness which is required. But neglecting the schools per se, which is happening in a big way, somewhere or the other, that was the foundational reason which struck us, and we endeavored that let's curate a program in collaboration with the schools per se, because this entire program, you don't have a direct entry over here. You have to go back to your school principal and your faculty coordinator, and you have to be shortlisted from amidst your class. You have all got your class 10th results, and so if you're really desirous of becoming a futuristic medico, because this is not a program to just create a cram school around physics, chemistry, and biology only, and just to crack something. No, it is just the end of a grand beginning. It's a lifelong striving, because if you have to really become a medico, you have to assume yourself as a pre-medico right away, and you have to inculcate the values, the vision, the virtues of a medico. You have to carry this all on your shoulders, and that will make you a successful, a mesmerizing medico, as we started right away. So the philosophy behind this program is so very essential. The idea is to offer something in close conjunction with your school classrooms, your biology teachers, your physics teachers, and your chemistry teachers. Nothing can replace them. They are one of the finest. They are some of the fiercest people in their own subject matters. And we, as a part of this program, also want to pull them up further to really become the competition coaches, because academics and competitions are not two they are not two singularities, they are not two different realities, they are a double helical structure in their own self, they intertwine very beautifully. And somewhere or the other, the school faculty members have to pull up themselves, and the faith and trust in the institutional academia has to get restored. That is the core philosophical reason why we at Rethink India have chosen to take a plunge in this entire fray, which has become a multi-billion-dollar industry at the cost of our schooling system. And we our higher narratives, as we have told earlier, that these 2 critical years of schooling are so very vital. So we don't want you to miss on that focus. The idea is just to polish it a bit, just to take you to the next leap, which is not so very humongous, I tell you. And the pedagogy which we are going to adopt is something where we have invited even the your school faculty members who would be nominating you to attend these sessions. And the timing what we have planned to keep it is daily, because we have all become night owls today, so early morning becomes difficult for us. So 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m., 7 days a week, we plan to conduct these power packed sessions. And the way we have planned it across is 3 days of intense biology, 2 days of physics, and 2 days of chemistry. So it will be a kind of a 24-month, a 2 year kind of a long program, depending on the units, whatever we have got over there. This is an entire tech driven platform, a 24 cross 7 kind of, we can say, peer and proctored learning and practicing ecosystem. We learn the most from our peers. So we would be creating a kind of a tech conversational ecosystem whereby whatever doubts you have, you just pose it on that forum, and where all your other competitors, you can say, but they will be collaborators in life as well. They would be responding to them, and that's how the discussion would be going on. So we don't call more of it as a doubt clearing stuff. What of doubt? It's a discussion, it's a polishing, it's a going deeper and deeper and deeper into the subject matters what you have chosen it across. So this program is for all those students of class 10th who have now entered into class 11th and who aspire to become healthcare professionals. Now, this is so very important. We want to give you a first principles approach to as to what a medical career is all about. Because until or unless we are in love with something, we are having a fascination for the profession per se, the lifelong pursuit of it all, no point in chasing an entrance examination for that matter. So entrance examination, in our own humble opinion, we have tried to put our All India ranks as well. As I told Dr. Surbhi, she was the All India rank 1 in the then NEET examinations of 1998. I myself went to IIT Kharagpur, and my All India rank in IIT J 1999 was 489. So the idea is these cracking the entrance examination, the content behind it is just 1/3 of the entire drill, honestly speaking. 1/3, not more than that, of your entire bandwidth. So just relax, because anything what you get relaxed in, this is what you will enjoy and relish all through your life. 1/3 bandwidth out there. The 1/3, the remaining out of the 2/3 which remains, 1/3 would go into the meta on top of it. How to link your biology, physics, and chemistry to the medical profession per se. Because this is the nature of the human mind, that if we can see the continuum around it, that why I am reading this mole concept, why I am reading these biological concepts, why I am made to do numericals around it, and how it will be utilized in real life. Because see, today technology has closed the entire gap of education in a big manner. So you can always explore, you can always discover, and you can go to any extent possible. So any phenomena, if it's a Nobel Prize winning phenomena, you can go up to that level of scientific research as such. But in order to become a healthcare professional, a successful healthcare professional, and why the giants setting up the examination papers of NEET 2024, what philosophy is they are driven by, what kind of candidates they want to draw over there. So if you can understand that, the entire meta around it, that would be so very critical. So one third is the core academic content, not more than that. It's not needed. Overdoing, it's happening too much, and that is where all the anxiety, that's where all kind of aberrations. Because see, if we have to create a fear industry, that's a different matter altogether. And our batches would be having a very select set of people, and we want this contagion of excellence to spread across. Because of bandwidth issues, we cannot have more students, but the idea is whosoever remain get associated with us. So not more than 3 students from a single school would be admitted to this program, so that it will be having a national presence, a kind of a classroom where we might be having students from almost from every state of the country sitting in a digital world. And digital is more real today, because in your own convenience of your own households, with your mom serving you some lovely delicacies while you are studying, focusing over there, because the whole content objective is learning and getting fascinated out of it. And the remaining one third, that is where I want to lay emphasis upon, is all about lifestyle management. Because see, now we have all come from our earlier classes, the spoon feeding ones. We have to become self learners now. We have to take the whole responsibility on our own shoulders, because while becoming doctors, people will be surrendering onto you for their whole life onto you. So now this is the stage for you to assume that self leadership. You have to become self learners, self disciplined. Uh, you have to manage your whole time in a very diligent fashion. You have to get onto healthy practices, because if you have to become a healthcare professional, you have to be healthy physically as well as mentally. So we would be focusing on that one third bandwidth. So this on lifestyle, on how to study, not to spoon feed you about some concept, because doctors are lifelong learners. You can see doctors attend so many conferences, they read so many research papers, because human body remains the most complex machine so far. We engineers, we technocrats, we take a lot of inspiration from the human machine. If we have to develop an OCR, optical character recognition tool, we try to simulate it, we try to model the human eye, how the eye and the brain synchronization happens. So there is a lot of inputs coming in, and it's a mission critical stuff. So doctors have to be very I would say a lot of things have to be there, case studies have to be there in their mind. Like in the management education, we all study by the case study method. So doctors, by dint of their profession, that is why they call it as medical practice. And in this one third part of the and this remainder, that's what we say, it's the iceberg model of learning what we are trying to present. The 2/3 would be under the water, but that is so very critical. The lifestyle management plus the meta around the medical profession is the 2/3 beyond the surface. That is what we do not get in the conventional cram schools, which are so many much in vogue today, making a hype of a very noble profession. See, NEET cracking is not the challenge at all. The content is moderate. I would say any diligent student, and it is not exercised on the level of the marks you got in the class 10th examination. It is about your own statement of purpose. You should be a nice student. You should be having the commitment and the dedication to serve. The values, what you have, they make you a better medico than anything else. So the 2/3 of it is under the layer, but there we will emphasize it a lot. That will make the other 1/3, the content part of it. Already your class teachers of physics, chemistry, and biology would have laid a fundamental grounding of it all. We would be just catapulting it to the NEET level, just contrasting it. Because see, not every student, every biology student will aspire for to become a medical professional. So that's why the Central Board of Secondary Examinations or the other board examination people, they keep the questions to a different level, a kind of a theoretical understanding of it all. What is cell? What is the kind of structure? But the application part of it all. So awareness and appreciation happens at the board level, but the application part, because you're going to be medicos, you're going to be pathologists, you're going to be cardio surgeons, you are going to be GPs. GP is one of the toughest specialty, I would say, because doctor on record, the kind of family physician which we all see, they are the first line of defense whenever you fall ill. And with the whole super specialization and specialization which is happening, so you need to get a perspective of it all, because when you're in your medical school, you will be studying something, because their classrooms are giant sizes. There, nobody is going to spoon feed you, I tell you. And the kind of rigorous schedule you have got over there, 7 a.m. classes and ward rounds, and Dr. Surbi is the authority out there, that doctors are walking soldiers in the society. So it's like patrolling, and there are no Siachen like vacations. It's not that if you're posted somewhere, so you're a soldier for life. And if you are really a community doctor, so your life and your better half, just assume that it's a 24 cross 7 profession. So this philosophical undertaking, which I just shared with you, makes this entire program unique. And we're not soliciting direct admissions over here. The whole idea is, and the whole objective is Swantaha Sukhaya Tulasi Raghunatha Gatha. So this entire program, what we have come across, it is just for our own self-satisfaction, because at Rethink India, when we do a lot of engagements, it's at a much higher level. And at times our academic fraternity, they say, see what you are talking about, lower it a bit, it into the applied fashion. So we felt fair enough. We are talking about the futuristic frontiers of education all across. We have a school for future program. We ran it last year. But then the connect between the two has to be established out there. So we felt like a competitive entrance examination gives us an opportunity to bring those philosophical facets also into practice. And we are not at all substituting the hallowed academic institutions in our schools. Shraddhavan Labhate Jnanam. So you have to, the students have to really fall in line with the fascination of their school faculty, because they are the ones who give you, who have been nurturing your EVS, then your class 6, 7th, 8th science books up to 10th grade. So nobody else can substitute it across. It is just a small supplementing which we are trying to, it's a supplement. The main course prepared by your mother just cannot be replaced by any restaurant for that matter. So this entire program is in that humble spirit, and we want to give you, see, over studying these kind of myths. There is a lot of myths around these competitive examinations, and being practicing doctor herself, and I would say a practicing technocrat myself, because medicine is becoming, future medicos are much more technocrats, because without a CT machine understanding, no doctor can, because for diagnostics, physics has come, chemistry has come in a big way, pathology tests, a whole range of it all. So we would try to bring those lovely facets to you from the medical school also in this program. We will also guide you to some watch videos. Relax. Relaxation is so very important. Doctors, if you see, so some of the web series, you have to go back to your Netflixes or the Amazon Primes, like Good Doctor is such a lovely and a very focused video series which every pre-medical student should really devour through, because that fascinates me how Dr. Schwan, he's watching his 65-inch television as well. But then when he is in his hospital, the kind of dedication he has, the kind of visual stimulation he has, he tries to see the complex machinery which a human body is all about, and tries to diagnose and differential diagnostics. For that matter, Dr. House. So why not from popular film, we try to fall in love with this profession, because they say that if you fall in love with whatever you are doing, you don't have to work a single day in your life. And that is what the genesis of it all about. And we want to inculcate that love, that fascination, that admiration to the entire profession of medical professionals. And mind you, friends, medical profession today is not a linear approach. It's not a single Dr. Sahab with their basta in the old 70s Hindi films. It's a very complex ecosystem. So anyone and everyone can become a mesmerizing medical professional in today's time. That is taken, and thankfully the NEET examination has become the multivitamin of all sorts of, even if you're interested in the dentistry part of it all, You can just go to a dental college. I don't want to study the whole human body. I'm just interested in the smile and the glee. I want to be a beauty health professional. It's perfectly all right. There is nothing up or down in the hierarchical system of the Indian society. Let's not go into that. Let's choose what fascinates us. We can even go to Ayurveda. Even the BAMS programs now are being, all the admissions are routed through NEET. And as the modern researchers are saying that the kind of healthcare, medical profession, the medical system which we had, and it is all intertwined today. It's the protocolized medical system, the preventive medical system, the integrative medical systems, because India is facing another problem today of is of over specialization. There are not enough general practitioners. आपके शरीर में कहीं कोई कमी है, आप सीधा सुपर स्पेशलिस्ट के पास जाते हैं, and without thinking twice, because a lot of marketing things are associated, your health, the people forget to measure your basic vital fluids. Is it because of a high sugar or BP or some other proclivity? So the whole idea is we want to give you a vision as to how you become a single person medical agency for that matter. And so that will be all. Yes, the rigor of the entrance examination is undoubtedly there. And one other pedagogy I would like to talk about is uh, that it would be more of a collective uh, undertaking. We feel that as students, you are studying biology, chemistry, and physics yourself. So in your cerebrum, the neural networks, what you are grooming, they have all the subjects and there are no compartmentalizations anywhere. And mind you, when the physics or chemistry is taught from a neat perspective, it becomes biophysics and it becomes biochemistry. So we have to see the application of atomic structure from a biology perspective, because I can teach you physics from an engineering perspective, non-life perspective also. But then what is more required is that every subject makes you a doctor. Every session you become one step closer to become a medico. So we, with the permission of it all, we would be asking all our pupils to wear the white coats, the pre-medical students, so that that pride, the pride of a profession. You might not be a medical certified MBBS, still it's a 7-year long journey. If you start today, 2 years of preparation here, and then 5 years later, and then you are authorized to practice over there. And we at Rethink India, topper stuff, this is what the initiative has been named across. We highly uh, are advocating that after graduating from the medical school with your undergraduate degree, which is a superior degree, practice for a couple of years. Don't go into the rush for MDs and DMs and over super specializations. It's not a gallantry award, I would say, because because in management sciences and technological frontiers, you have talked about fourth industrial revolution. The convergence is happening in a big way. Today, diagnostics is the core. There are medicines for almost all human ailments. COVID also, the world got the vaccine in record time, and we defeated that pandemic in a big manner. So until or unless we put our education to use, and and then you, if you think you move forward, you can specialize further. We will train you for a variety of careers over there. Can you go to a medical technology school? IIT Kharagpur, my alma mater, has a medical technology school. They are creating the new age machines and devices for that. So for that, you have to understand the dynamics of the human body very closely, the anatomy, the pathology, everything out there. And last but not least, I would say medical world is full of terminologies. Like if you write a medical management examination, you have to pass through a linguistic test, the reading comprehension part of it all. So while this entire program would also require for you to polish your communication skills, your comprehension skills in the reading part of it all, and primarily it is going to be in English, despite the government efforts to have medical sciences in the Indian languages. That's a long shot. So you have to polish your language, because comprehension is so very central. And then the expression part of it, how you communicate, that's a practicing part of it all. So NEET content is just 1/3 of it all. The rigorous part of it, the 1/3 part is the meta around it. what medical profession is all about, what specialties are there, what subjects you read in the medical school. So whenever we are talking about biology, any chapter, you try to link it across with the practicing medical professionals. And as a part of the program, we would be bringing in some of the highly successful, very impact creating medical professionals themselves, so that they can invoke the joy of learning in you, give you that vision, because that is what is your own thing. So NEET rank here and there, college here and there, that's a matter of dynamics. That will all happen. So karmanye vadikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. That is a philosophy which we wish and which we will be propounding, which we will be propelling, because when we are focusing, when we are having a joy in our subject, the classification of it all, we are bound to score 100 on 100. So that is an inevitable part. Whenever we eat, our body is healthy enough to produce the digestive juices around it. So it's a kind of a different program. It's a kind of a program to really enroll you, engage you, and then really induce excellence over there. I would say, Dr. Surbi, some last parting words. We just felt like creating this small video. We are having some live sessions as well. But then we felt like to advocate and propound this philosophy of ours, why we have entered into this fray. There are so many players. There is no need for us to come and teach you the grade 11th and 12th. But grade 11th and 12th, biology, chemistry, and physics are taught so very well by your teachers. But we will be telling you how to read the NCERT text, how to have 4 multicolor pens with you to make 3 times reading of that text itself. Because as far as biology is concerned, you have to really create a biological mind. Now, this is the same pedagogy which happens in the law schools. So you have to have the foundations of it very, very clear, very, very strong. And because linguistic comprehension would be so very required, so you'd be having engagements. So we are just catalysts out here. We would be just facilitators, and we would really give you frameworks. And since it's an all India kind of a program, so our test series, because karat karat abhyas ke jarmati ho to sujan, rasari avat javat hai, sil par padat nisan. So even a normative student who is really visioning कि मुझे doctor बनना है, doesn't matter what your percentage is. We cannot reduce a individual into a percentage. So we are all unique and we all have a place in the medical space. So we would be giving you those techniques and tools, how to study, how to memorize flashcards, a lot of tools we would be using so that the key concepts can be memorized. Waking up early, having a healthy routine, and monitoring it. We would be monitoring it for you, because when we feel that someone is watching, uh, so uh, so so it doesn't make for, yes, you would be having late night shifts in your medical school, but that's a different proposition altogether. What's important is, as a student, how healthy we can become, how brainy foods we have to eat in these years, how to avoid this all. So that's also part of a holistic learning out there. So over to Dr. Surbi for a closing remarks, and we welcome you for this hearty program. Go back to your school. The details are the form, the nomination form is at rethinkindia.org/NEET 2024. We had shown it earlier. Let me just share that screen once more and go back to your school principal, and they would be nominating it, and then you can come back and join us. The program we are tentatively planning to start from August 1st, so that we have enough leeway for the 11th grade and then the 12th grade. And it's a long journey. We are targeting the NEET 2024. So a 24 months of rigorous, I would say 48 fortnights. That's how time has to be seen. And doctors used to have an astronomical understanding as well, because a lot of human phenomena has those kind of correlations. So it's not physics, biology, chemistry, and physics. There's a lot of underlying mathematics over there as well. So that's what we plan to do. Dr. Survi.
So, friends, this is a very, very exciting journey, and so very well summarized by Raghav, that it is, all about interdisciplinary learning. And so, when you are studying a concept of biology or studying a chapter, the mind maps would be there in your brain. And when you can visualize it all, so the essence of this program is to inculcate the self learner, the learner in you. And believe you me, you will all get it so very easily and quickly on your tips. So what are we waiting for? Let's get rolling on this roller coaster ride, and it's full of excitement. And we will be handholding you. It's a sincere endeavor to give you that vision of the medical journey, what it is to be a mesmerizing medical professional. So, friends, join in, and we are with you.
Thank you so much, and go back to your school principals, your faculty members. They have received all the notifications for this entire program, and the nomination notes, the application forms are at the link rethinkindia.org/NEET 2024. So the first question we ask you is why you want to become a medical professional, because in the why of it all, the philosophy of it, there lies everything. Not because some padosi has said it, some dur ka rishtedar has said it. It's coming out of my own, because you get, see, in today's time there is no dearth of professions, no dearth of careers, and if you are really great at what you have chosen, you really love that, then only you can pursue it for your whole life. So we welcome you to be a part of this program. Thank you. Namaskar. And if there are any questions, you can post it in our YouTube channel, the chat box over there. We will be most willing to respond to them. And the idea is to be just your friend, philosophers, and guide to make you a mesmerizing medical professional going forward. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.